All right, Abusiafo. Yen nyina yenim insem na ekoso about this Galamsey and I see MPB the boys macho men echo site ho ya yakwa yachi a soldier for and can police for the be more and cap by this time ya soldiers for no pew NDC MPs a lot are involved ebusianya sem ketwa me see insem na ekoso insem na ebubo ba no mesrew se obeto buase na wa agye coke bi na insem no emu ede na musu e papa Hey, Ghana SM TV. You best say, you best subscribe to the channel. No for more doing channel comment section. You best share you know. Abusia, say your name say President John Dramani Mahama Oba no obeti tax force or say Galamsey fight Galamsey from Nanu something like that. Abusia, see. The same thing and Nana Nudan Kwakufado yet Galamsey tax force no the same thing as President John Dramani Mahama Suwedi Baya Omuko different places and over Galamsey Ebusia and Dra. You see, in SMBC, Crash B, NDC 4, and no shame upon Ebusia Sadiq Adams, Eddie in Stemnaba, my corner and could see fast now. You mean best remember, my corner, nine semno, a muede, the Musu, papa, young comrade.
Oye Ebenezer Kwaku Edu. Or no member of parliament asutifi ye pese ye ko Hwidiem na ye koje the rundown the free ho na ye hwe ade e ko so ankasa wo hwe mfonyi e wo TV su ya obi oye Hwidiem zongo chief ne ka e no de ma police for so monfa soldier for no ko omo se ka ne nyina
wow
adanyam NAIMOS for no akọ broni krom wo Hwidiem se Galamsey ko so no makọ akọ nipa mienu krom ho for ne se dabi Omuma yen fight any panenko.
How?
Galamsey site ne Hwidiem anopai say a member of parliament ne dia mampanyi omunyini free parliament as soon as possible. Ona onye scapegoat omunhwehwem na we a investigation within 1 day to establish say MP na ne dia beto dwa no mahu say NDC for mpanyifo bebre postino a kire say ampa oye involved.
Wow.
Say allegation ye true a wo hwe ye Facebook wo a Asema esi wo Hwidiem na nya asem ketwa. Soldier for no exercise the highest form of restraint. Tie. Last week na ye fire soldier ni wo ha se wakobo obi. Se soldier for ye omko NAIMOS so mo ye so mo tututu a enke ebeku bi ba komo so beku mo. Na nka ne aye bloody. But soldier for ne ye mo maba so mo exercise the highest form of restraint. Hwemfonyi mu tu Galamsey. Mampanyi di soldier for abaho ama soldier for na be chi se mutu Galamsey. Oma chi nipa tu di oma ko police station. Oma amu omo. Ahandi omu to the police station. Na mu no se yese MP ne na free krom ofo so oma ba beje Galamsey no na monko. Na wo mampanyi se MP no enya wo mpu a. You should be aware se Galamsey kwaso wo area. The fact
you
that
should even lead the task.
Yes. The fact that NAIMOS every haba Broni Kromo abun se Galamsey koso no an indictment on you as an MP. I'm trying hard say beko Hwidiem. Say ye mano tena ho say onim hubi. Say onim hubi mpo na Galamsey koso on the constituency no ye de ne scapegoat. Obi a oye MP bia o government we mu no na ni bebre o Galamsey ho. Galamsey asem ne ye mfa ni agro. Wutimi metena ha mewia o man sika. And sign so enko saying sa na ye kan na wo ka se ye bejeje wo so se wutu Galamsey de emfa mo ade e say nsuo na asat enti MP na owo ho no a ye body de Ebenezer Kwaku ado no ye nhwehwem within 24 hours say in fact okan wo bi na okofa adom ne baaye say omoma fight ono ane government or ye NDC MP say omo betu Galamsey oma be cheka mienu achi nipa mienu age peso na ye de omako police station no no ankasa atima agada nipa over 700 amomko ebu sojafo a abanya somo omo a asemo ye nya achiedi
obanye de edikan ni sa wo kai na nsen ya be 2 months ago sana a police for ko kuro bi so say wo mo kwa akwache Galamsey fo no mkokodru ho no Jerry wa he pekro ni di mame wo mkokodru wa na ya to barrier
ye ni reporter wo Hwidiem ana Your reporter mama yanko Hwidiem sesia. Aha.
Oba ye kodru hono mo na ya to barrier. E wo kuro ne nkwanti a ema ne mema nyina e stop police for ne say ye ma wo mu ntwam because ya babachi wo mu krofo ma e kwadane e friend say exchange of bullets e wo kuro mu ho eni 2 months o e na wo nsu na kire say kuro mafo na wo mu nsuo e wo mu no ba ye say no wo mu ani Galamsey no ho e na wo mu say nya MP allegedly a onu susu ye nebdip enti onu susu na ni je ho e no wo mu nyina ye enti ye ba be stop here na ye stop ye meka say ye person nipa no moma wo ba be stop no ye ambushi wo mo. What is this? Enti ye ni abre bebre abanya du obetimi abanya du obetimi na sa atimamufo no momu no wo mani gide yakwaso no
mo tu Galamsey sika kakra mo benya nti mo se nsase ni nsu abanya sete committee na omo ba na mo no makwa omachi nipa omo de omo ko police station na nka ye shoot and kill na mo mako police station wo kobu soja fo no mo fight Galamsey no nti da bia ye ka se soja fo no ntimi fight a won de timamufo no bi so ye enti no I think we want to go down to Hwidiem. Man call Hwidiem I cannot proceed with the show because we have to find out here nka Galamsey asem da bia na EBSC the biggest issue under President Mahama fighting Galamsey in this to me say also be fighting Galamsey this will be a big test. Say one kasa committee NAIMOS na wasete no. Timamufuo bi kobu omo so omo ntiase eh. Wo buso jani a wo fight Galamsey nya de oje bribe no. We de o match de aba.
Abuzia. Insem no aye bebre. Member of Parliament na owo sakro no so. Is that member of Parliament telling us say unim shin fa de me hu. Na sisia no me sure say and it alleged say the member of Parliament now was biaye no. Oni temufuo ankasa adi nkomo and they have come to conclusion say that they are not going to bring anybody tax for bia emba krone so and sana umbeto abaro. These were the promises are ngofo we. This were the promises are MP no, the current MP no, and make it to the people, the youth of that town. And intina omu these soldiers say omu babe yes had ejumano omu ampini so ebusia nsem no doso nsem no endoso papa mama yeko na enko tie de eka no ayembra.
Why na ye owner of the Galamsey site? 1, we should find this within 24 hours. 2, member of Parliament no hono onya aware na. How long has it been going on? If it is after a week, he cannot say so onya won't me feign ignorance. 3, why na suma nipa no ba so mo bebu soja fo no. 4, e de ne mo ema omo sa gas no so mo mbra kra me fight soja for police station. De ne see police commander or Hwidiem no, is he aware or not aware of the Galamsey activities or 5, the MC or Hwidiem no, onim se Galamsey kwaso ho. 6, e di entina nipa na ye do mobile police station ho no, why na Sunday signal ko kro no so. 7, nipa ya chi omo se omo ba so mbebu soja for no, di ne ye dia ye omo asa this morning. 8, Mampanyin ni Minister for Lands and Natural Resources say omuntumi fa way enye scapegoat. They should forget about the fight against Galamsey. 9, soja for no ye bo mabaso so omuko ye man tutu, but e dey need the next line of action. Ombeko kromo akọ round di omunyina apa na omaje amasem nada. 10, the MP for the area does not need to stay beyond 48 hours.
Ebenezer Kwakwadu minim se baby owo bia I so availing no for scrutiny because Saudia bambia from all divide one kasa won crofo kra no omo one political party accuse you say you are neck deeper na say yen ayete abonten kan ne beka bi say ene na enokre but yentimi nya dance mfiri mu nti no whatever role a wososo wo mu no ma yen hu no because we dey
obi mami wo Hwidiem.
Okay.
And ye area a reporter war ahafu na nene nkasa before say beto so na asem we no ehia me ye pa mahu se messages ne bi ba yeni enkomo emfa ho sisi a
okay
yen hwese se benya obi ho na yetimi ne na di enkomo ewo ha sisi a oh na Reggie sorry everyone okay Hwidiem aba anopai enye easy go Galamsey no asema ekoso no ade a mawe ho papa wo de omode sojafo ne fa so TV de so a kire se bibia ni ho a ebema mampanyi atimi akaso fight Galamsey na ono a oh
shebra wo mo enti when na zongo chief no kan no
almost say no
say chire no nyina
ono e ma ka na sojafo ne sizie no youth no so mbebu sojafo no so man release ya ti omo sojafo ne ka so me by de omo say ni nyina omo bo head of NAIMOS operation omo bo no
wow
soja ni no
ena we no so si abo a enya se bi e de nsa prepare wo
omo bo no omo do omo so mbeku omo ese de wo hodo no
enti okon no se aban na ne hwan ko kokro na yese wo mo niama no a aban ni abre se obebo wo mo agapade ho ban no kro no na se wo mo ne fighters na queen enti se he no fo aban ne hwan no na ko asa de wasi kuromu a woni wo koama obi na nipa na wo koama no ono nso so fight wo enti se aban no wan na fight na kwa Galamsey ni kuro no e na aban so gina baabi se sa na fight na kwa ye
Erastus Asaredon report or said the MP led the task to attack the director of NAIMOS and his team during their operation, and for parliamentarians may shield him, but we must call them out. Any party member who doesn't support the president's agenda is a traitor. Erastus Munche said we have to go there. Yet me fighting.
Now say Jifagunu so possibly a picture
Director of Operations of NAIMOS attacked by attacks led by the sitting member of parliament. This is the reporter Erastus said also while traveling along the Gosu to Hwidiem highway, the director's attention was drawn to an excavator engaged in mining along the roadside. In the MP no, we cry a ground for a remover.
Yes.
So the offer roadside the team diverted to the location and apprehended several individuals actively mining. The director instructed the suspect to refill the pits they had dug to prevent further environmental degradation. The director then ordered one of the arrested persons to call the site owner. The first individual to arrive identified himself as a Defense Intelligence DI representative from the Ahafo region. Shortly after, an individual named Alex arrived in a Toyota RAV4, arrogantly claiming ownership of the site. Another man arrived later in a Range Rover and was also arrested. While at it, the NAIMOS Field Task Force set ablaze shelters used as offices and shelters by the illegal miners. A search of the suspect's vehicle led to the shocking discovery. The team found one Smith & Wesson West pistol and 2 pistol magazines, 21 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 12 assorted mobile phones, 12, a black side bag, cash amounting to 11,000 Ghana cedis, and 1 power bank and Lexus ignition key. While arrangements were being made to convey the suspect to Hwidiem police station, Member of Parliament, Member of Parliament for Situfi North, Ebenezer Kwakwado, arrived at the scene with several tags.
Wow.
The MP indicated that he was sent by Honorable Collins Dauda, MP for the area, and demanded that the director releases the arrested campaigns, including a Burkinabe, immediately and remove their handcuffs, arguing that he did not want the locals to see them in handcuffs. The director politely declined and the unlawful request, maintaining that the arrests were appropriate and the right procedure should be followed to the police station. Subsequently, the MP and the thugs became violent and forcefully snatched the handcuff keys from one of the soldiers and took the handcuff off the campaigns before chasing the NAIMOS team while going to the police station. Upon arrival at the Hwidiem police station to lodge a report and hand over the suspect and exhibit, a crowd of about 600 from Hwidiem and nearby communities surrounded the station, The mob, incited by the Honorable Kokuado, demanded the immediate release of the arrested suspects and seized the vehicles. They warned that they would discipline the soldiers if the demands were ignored. The situation quickly turned more violent. The director of the operations, Toyota Hilux pickup, was vandalized. That's a director in the car, and the mob threatened to burn down the police station, even when the MP was reminded to call his mob to order. The tense standoff created a serious threat to life and property, placing immense pressure on both the director of operations and the police officers. Responding to a distress call, the chief Supo, Prince Odum Kodia, the half regional crime officer, led 15-member regional task force headed by the inspector Ofosu to reinforce the local police. They were supported by Superintendent Joseph Atanga, the divisional commander of Goso, and Yamua from Kenyasi and other senior officers. Even with the reinforcement, the atmosphere remained extremely volatile. The Zongo chief of Hwidiem, Alhaji Mohammed Bashiru Zakaria, stepped in and appealed to the crowd to remain calm. However, as night approached and power went out, tension heightened further. To prevent further bloodshed, a joint decision was made by the police, military, and Zongo chief to release the keys of the seized vehicles in order to calm down the crowd. The Zongo chief offered his Toyota Sequoia 4x4 to evacuate the colonel. The director of operations and his officers, another team to safety at the Nimos site in Kenya under police escort. During the evacuation, the soldiers were physically attacked and the chief's vehicle rear windscreen was shattered. Thankfully, no injuries were recorded. The director of operations described the MP's action as influencing the release of the suspect as unfortunate and serious obstruction to NAIMOS operations, and emphasized that the fight against illegal mining requires all citizens, especially influential figures in society, to act on the side of the law, not to shield them. Meanwhile, NAIMOS officials, including the director, were safely escorted out of the chaotic situation. Ninyina say MP no, and the kofa sadi ninyina ba.
Mausa Erica J. Swabedi Yao, CEO, NEP, Erica J.
I said NDC for no, NDC for no, Kasa MP no say you know.
Yes, also